Okay, sorry about that, guys. Starting over again. I'm done. I don't do this often enough. All right, I muted myself instead of muting you. So starting out on your back, soften your face. Coming into your breath, deep breath in through your belly, rib cage, chest, and then exhaling chest, rib cage, belly. Maybe having your hand on your belly to fill your belly as it fills up. And exhaling chest, rib cage, belly. Loving kindness meditation. Start by sending love, peace, joy, and forgiveness to yourself. Every time you inhale, inhaling love, peace, and joy, and forgiveness. Exhaling anything you don't need. Just letting it go. Then extend your heart and send those same blessings to a friend or family member. Finally, extend the same feelings to all beings, human and non-human, all over the world and all through the universe. Bring your knees into your chest and hug them tight. Feel the tension. So really get into this. Really bring the knees in. Wrap your hands around your shins. Maybe even lift your head up off the mat so you really feel that tension. And then let it go. Hands out to the side. Drop your knees over to the right. Looking to the left. Maybe your knees touch the floor. See if you can push your left shoulder into the mat. Just allowing gravity to open up. Don't stress. Just let it happen. Breathing into your hips. Inhaling back to center. Drop your hips over to the other side. Looking to the right. And just a little editorial here. When Catherine said she needed a sub, she said it was for slow flow. And then I saw fun flow. We're doing slow flow in case you're wondering if this doesn't seem as much fun, but all yoga is fun, right? Relax the muscles in your face. Deep breaths. Keep filling up that belly full. Bring your knees back to center. Walk your feet in towards your glutes. Setting up for bridge pose here, hands down by your side. Starting with just your hips first, press into your hands, lift your hips up. As you inhale, reaching your hips up high, and then as you exhale, slowly floating your hips down. Inhale, lift your hips. And exhale. Adding your arms to this. So as you lift your hips up, lift your hands up, bring your hands back behind you onto the floor. Big stretch here. Exhaling, float your hands back down. Do 3 more of these. Do it at your own pace. So I'm not going to cue you. Just use your breath. Make it as slow and even as you can. After you finished your 3, straighten your legs out. We're going to do a half moon. Usually we do this standing. So to come into half moon, move your feet over to the right, and then cross your left ankle over your right ankle. Hands come up above you and then over to the side. So you're doing a side bend, a supine side bend. So inhale, feel that stretch in your left side. Opening up the rib cage as you inhale, lengthen through your side. And feeling contraction on your right. One more breath, inhale. Opening up the rib cage. Bring your hands back to center. Release your feet. Bring your feet over to the other side. So left foot first over to the side. Cross your right ankle over your left. And then bring your hands over to the same side, arching over. So creating a moon shape here. Inhaling, lengthen through your right side. Inhale. Three. One more breath here. Coming back to center. Make your way up to a seated, so you can wrap your hands around your shins if you like and just rock and roll. Up to seated. I'm going to come into hero's pose, which is my least favorite pose. So coming onto your knees. I use a block for this because this is really hard on my quads. I'm going to use a block, placing the block underneath. I can barely get into it even with the block today. Holy moly. So doing whatever you can. The other thing you could, but if you can, you can rest some of you may be very comfortable just resting on your heels. We'll do a few sun salutations, half sun salutations with a twist. So hands to the side, inhale, arms up. Look up, and then exhale, twist, bring your left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale. And then exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Do one more set. Exhale, right hand back, left hand forward. You can look over to your right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back up. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Coming into tabletop. Setting up for bird dog, one of my favorite poses. So stacking your joints, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Extend your left foot back, push your heel back, toes pointing forward. Extend your right arm, thumb up, palm facing in. Pull up, Uddiyana Bandha. So pulling up your pelvic bone to your belly button, or just pulling your belly button in is another way of thinking about it. Gaze toward the front of your mat. Deep breaths here. And then go ahead and release. Coming over to the other side. Kick that right heel back. Toes towards you. Left hand comes forward. Thumb up, palm in. 5 breaths here. Engaging through the core. So pulling that belly button in. Deep breaths. Pushing into your index finger on the floor. One more breath. And release. Other side. Left leg kicks back. We're just going to go back and forth here, alternating. Bring your hand up. Again, right thumb up. This time we're going to come out to the side. So bring your palm out, leg, foot out. 2. We're going to do 5 breaths. I like the number 5. 3. If you need to, you can touch your toe down. 4. 5. Coming back to center. Releasing to the mat. Other side, left hand, right heel back. Toes forward, left hand forward. Bring it out to the side. Press into your index finger. 3 more breaths here. Coming back to center. Release to the mat. Other side. Kick your left heel back. Right hand comes forward. This time we're going to do cat and cow. So inhale, bring your hand up, bring your foot up, bring your chest up. Exhale, bring your knee and your elbow in as tight as you can around your spine. Inhale, look up, lift up, exhale, round. Inhale, exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and hold. Bend your left knee. Reach around with your right hand. Grab your right foot. And then inhale, lift everything up. Right shoulder can open up, heart up, look up, stretch. Press your foot into your hand. Take your hand and pull your foot towards you. So you have opposing forces here. Keep lifting. 1 more breath. And then go ahead and release. Other side. Right heel goes back. Press your heel back, lift up through the belly, arms forward. Cat and cow, so inhale up. Everything lifts up, exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. 3, in. 4. 'The last one before the hold. Reach up, round, belly button in. Inhale. Stay here, bend your right knee. Reach around with your left hand. Grab, and then lift. Everything goes up. With each inhale, lift a little higher. And then press your foot into your hand into your foot. Feel that opposing forces, like they're fighting each other. They want to go opposite directions, and then feel that stretch in your legs. And then release. And come down to the mat. Curl your toes. Lift your knees just an inch off the mat. So just hold here for a moment. Engaging the core. Breathing deeply. Belly button pulls up. Pubic bone toward your belly button. And then go ahead and release. Feeling the contrast here. Push into your toes, coming back into downward facing dog. So lift your knees, lift your hips, look back, downward facing dog. Looking back towards your belly button, drop your crown, relax. Push into your knuckles, lengthen your arms, belly button up, Uddiyana Bandha. Hold that pubic bone to your belly button. Come up on your toes, tippy toe forward into forward fold. Take your time getting there. Try and stay on your toes as long as you can. And then release your heels. Grab opposite elbows. Hold here for ragdolls. Bend your feet, bend your knees as much as you need to bring your torso onto your chest. And just release here. Press into your feet. Feel that lengthening through the back of your legs. Release your hands, either to your shins or the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Head up, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, drop your crown. Soft knees, chin to chest. Inhale, all the way up. Press into your feet, look up to your hands in prayer. Exhale, hands down to your side. You're going to do just 2 Surya Namaskars today, but do them slowly. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, chin to chest, soft knees, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank. We're going to hold low plank here. So either from your toes or your knees, choose what works best for you. So you're going to hold it halfway for 5, the count of 5. So bending your elbows, come down. Shoulders forward, come down for 1, 2, 3. Elbows in, 4. Belly button in, 5. Release to the mat. We're going to do 5 cobras. So press into the tops of your feet, knees come up, belly button lifts, inhale up. And exhale, release. Again, use your legs, press into your backs of your feet, come up. And exhale, release. Pressing into the tops of your feet, inhale up. Use your rib cage to lift you. Not your hands to push up. Exhale. 4, inhale. On the 5th one, we'll come into upward facing dog. So inhale, press into your feet, come up into cobra, and then straighten your legs. Lift your heart, shoulders back. Maybe looking up, press into the tops of the feet, lift the knees off the mat. Roll over your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Bring your right foot forward to the outside of your right foot. So coming into a lizard here. You can leave your knee lifted if you get a better stretch. Bring your left knee down and hold here for 3 breaths. Inhaling. 2. 3. Lift your right foot up. Kick it up to the ceiling. And place it right back down next to your left foot. Other side, left leg lifts. Bring it forward to the outside of your left hand. Holding here. Right knee can be up or placed down on the mat. Where do you feel the stretch? Whatever feels good to you today. 2. And 3. Press your knee into your arm. Inhale, left leg back and up. And exhale, left foot down to your right. Looking to the top of the mat, come forward to fold. Head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crown down, fold. Inhale, all the way up, soft knees, chin to chest. And exhale, hands come down to the side. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stepping back, high plank. From your knees or your toes. Shoulders forward. Come down halfway and hold for 5, 4, 3, elbows in, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, up, cobra. Lift with your rib cage. Exhale. 2. Press into the tops of your feet. 3. Pull your belly button in. 4. See if you can come up a little bit higher. This time coming into upward facing dog. 5. And then exhale. Push back into downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step forward. Or jump. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, chin to chest. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to your heart. Surya Namaskar B. Knees bend, hips come back, arms come up. So you can have your arms flanking your ears. That's hard on your shoulders. Hands can be placed there. So pull up, pubic bone up to the belly button. Uddiyana Bandha. Tailbone down. Heart is up. Arms are lifted. Reach through your rib cage. Good. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Crown forward, shoulders back. Exhale, step back high. We'll just go through a regular Dandasana. So either from your knees or your toes, coming down. Inhale up. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward, low lunge. Either up into crescent or warrior 1. Left heel would be planted for warrior 1. Inhale, bring your arms up. Reaching here, reach through your rib cage. Use your arms to lift your rib cage up. Uddiyana Bandha, pull up, pull in with your belly. We're gonna open up into warrior two here. So I'm gonna turn around on my mat because it just feels strange to not be looking at you. But you can stay right where you're at. Holding your warrior here for a moment. So push your feet away. Really engage through your feet. Tailbone down towards your left heel. Gazing over your right fingers. Press your arms down. So activate those arms as if you're trying to press them down into the ground. Good. From here, we're going to come into a triangle pose. So straighten that right leg. You might need to, my warrior is a wider warrior than triangle, so I'm going to hop my left foot forward a little bit. Bring your right arm down, opening up into warrior here. So left hand is up. If you have a block, you can use that. I'm a big fan of the blocks, which most of you know. Lifting through your left hand. Gaze, if you can, up to the left hand. Otherwise, protect that neck down on your right leg. Deep breath in. And then come up. Setting up for revolved triangle. So twisting away. Left hip comes forward. Again, adjust that back leg if you need to. And then start to fold forward. Left hand can either be on the outside of your foot or the inside of your foot. Outside's more of a twist, more of a balance challenge. Inhale, pull your crown forward and exhale, open up. Hand can stay on your hip. Go up to the ceiling. Deep breath. So pull the outside of your right hip down to the floor. Use your arm to open up your rib cage. Pressing your feet away from each other. Good. Inhale, come back up. Pivot to the front of the mat. Bring your hands down. Step back, high plank. Going through your vinyasa, high to low. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot comes forward. Into your lunge, inhale coming up. Either to warrior one by planting your back heel or coming up to crescent. Feel that pull through the rib cage. Use your arms, pull up your rib cage. And then opening up into warrior two. Press your feet away from each other. Uddiyana Bandha, so pull up. Pubic bone up to your belly button. Knee is pressed back behind you. Press your arms, activate your arms. Gazing over your middle finger. Straighten your right leg, setting up for triangle. I'm going to hop my right foot forward for triangle. I need a shorter stance there. Arms out to the side. And bring your left hand down. Either to the floor or a block, or just bring it partially. You don't even need a block. Tailbone back down towards your right heel. Opening up that right hip, use your right arm. Reaching up to the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come up. Setting up to revolve the triangle. Get it toward the front. Maybe adjust that back foot. Square the hips. Right hand's going to come down, either on the outside of your foot or the inside of your foot. Ground reaches forward, open up to the other side. Left hand can stay on your hip or extend. Try to push the outside of your left hip down to the mat. Holding here for 2, 3. Stretch that left hand up if it's up. Try to reach the ceiling. Open up through the rib cage. And then inhale, come up. Pivot to face the mat. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Going through your vinyasa. High to low, chaturanga. Elbows in. Press into the tops of your feet. Shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Lift to the top of the mat. Step forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, hips come back, coming back up into chair pose. Uddiyana Bandha, pull up through your belly, belly button in. Press into your feet, inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. One more. Surya Namaskar Viva variations. Get back, bend your knees. Inhale, arms up. Uddiyana Bandha, pull up, belly button in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Going through your vinyasa, high plank to low. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward into low lunge. Inhale, coming up. Crescent or warrior 1. Exhale, open up again into warrior 2. Coming from here, we're going to go into extended side angle. You might want a wider stance for that. So I would say, like for triangle, my feet are 3 feet apart. Extended side angle, more like 5 feet. So block behind your ankle. If you're using a block, bend into your right knee. Left arm flanks left ear. Opening up here. Press your knees back. Look up towards your hand. Deep breaths. Inhale, come up. Now we're going to revolve that extended side angle. So bending into your right knee. Put your left hand, I put it on the inside. This is a very advanced pose. So placing your left hand on the block on the inside. Press your right hip out. And then opening up to the other side. Hand can stay on your hip. Eventually it would be down. Or eventually it'll extend over your ear. Another way to practice this is with your hands in prayer and the twist. And then come up. Right foot comes back. Going through your vinyasa, high to low. Deep breaths. Left foot comes forward into low lunge. Press into your feet. Inhale, come up. Exhale, open up. Warrior 2. Preparing for extended side angle. If you use a block, can you have a block or anything else? Hand on the back. Right hand on your hip, open up, extend your right arm over your left ear, over your right ear, sorry. Press your feet away. Pull your tailbone down to your right heel. Breathing deeply. One more breath. Inhale, come up. And then prepare to revolve extended side angle. Once again, turning, left knee's bent, turn, hand on a block or on the floor. Another way you can do it, we do this in class, is just bring your right elbow on, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, open up. Left hand can be extended over your ear, it can be in prayer, whatever works. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Pivot to face the mirror, plant your hands, step back, high to low, chaturanga. Step, pressing back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg. We're going to come into side plank here. Do a couple strengthenings and then go. So one-legged dog to one-legged plank. Come forward into plank. Exhale back. Come forward for 2. And back. Forward again. And back. This time we'll stay. When we come forward, bring your right foot down to your left. Right hand under your face. Opening up for side plank. Stacking your feet. Staggering your feet. Or kickstand your left foot in front. Or the other option, right knee down. Left knee extended. Opening up, pull that left hand up. Opening up through the side. Maybe if you're got your knee down like I do right now, lift that left leg. Look back toward the mat. Plant your hands. Right leg comes back. Press back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. One-legged dog to one-legged plank. Come forward. And back. Forward into plank. Keep that left leg up. And back. For 3. Uddiyana Bandha. Pull that belly up and in. 4. Stay here. Drop your left foot. Opening up on the other side. Left hand under your face. Choose your variation, what works for you. Breathing through this. Looking back to the mat, plant your hands. Press back to downward facing dog. Looking forward, walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Coming up into chair pose. And then coming all the way up, press into your feet. Release. Eagle. First with the legs, and then with the hands. If you want to do the full eagle, feel free to do it. Suppose I forgot about doing for a long time, so I'm trying to get that more into my practice right now. So bringing your right knee up, cross your right thigh over your left. Squeeze it tight. So the leg can just dangle here. You can wrap around if you have that flexibility around your calf. If you need for balance, you can bring your foot down, but pull everything in tight. That's the most important thing with this pose. Hands to your heart. Holding here for 5 breaths. For 1, 2. Uddiyana Bandha. Pull up that belly button. Pull it in. Up and in. 4, 5. Good. Inhale, bring your right knee up. And release. Other side. Left knee lifts. Cross over. And again, you can just leave it hanging out here, but press those thighs together and press everything in. That's the most important motion of this pose. Hands to your heart. Bring your heart up, shoulders back. Hold here for 5 breaths. For 1, 2, Uddiyana Bandha, pull up in that belly button. 3, I'm telling you that a lot because I'm talking to myself. 4, it does not naturally happen. 5, good, inhale up and release. Now we'll do the arm part and we'll just do chair for the feet. Arms out to the side, right arm under left. You can grab your shoulders here or bring the tops of your hands next to each other. Maybe crossing at the wrists, maybe placing your palm into your fingertips into your palm. So once you have your arms all tangled up, lift your elbows, lift your chest, sit back in the chair. Uddiyana Bandha. Again, inhaling, keep lifting your heart up, lift that sternum up to the ceiling, lift your elbows up, gaze up to your hands. For 4, and 5. Inhale, come up and release. Other side. Left under right. Cross. Hands back to back, or if you can cross at the wrist, left fingertips in your right palm. Lift your elbows, lift your sternum, lift your gaze. Sit into chair. For 2, 3, Uddiyana Bandha. 4, 5. Inhale up. And exhale, release. Airplane. We're going to do, airplane with, no, let's do a wide-legged forward fold. What do I want to do? Let's do airplane. Sorry about the confusion in my mind. It's the way things are going these days, right? You're going to blame the virus. You can blame the virus for everything. All right, on your right foot. Left leg back, and then hinge at the hips, come forward. Hands drop down and behind you, so palms facing down. And then look up. Holding here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down to the floor, hands down for standing leg splits. Drop your head, lift that left foot up, bring your right, bring your torso to your right leg, head down, Shiva squat. So inhale, lift up, exhale, bend both knees, bring your left knee behind your right, maybe your right heel comes up there, inhale, up, exhale, bend your knees, come down. Inhale up, exhale bend, 2 more, inhale up, exhale bend, inhale, exhale bend, inhale, lift your left leg up, and then float it down to be next to your right. Chin to chest, hands to waist, roll up. 1 vertebra at a time. Other side, right leg comes back, standing on your left leg, or vice versa if you did the other way, if you're following my mirror image. Start to hinge forward at the hips, keep that right hip level with the left. Hands come down and then go back, palms facing down, press into that left foot, look up. 3, 4, 5, hands come down to the mat, head drops, Lift your right legs up high. Press into that left foot. Straighten the left leg. Torso close to your thigh if you can. Inhale, Shiva squats. Exhale, bend both knees, right knee behind the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, float your right foot down to your left. Chin to chest, hands to waist. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Step your feet apart, forward fold. Actually, let's start with pyramid. So feet apart and then turn to your right. So your right toes are pointing forward, left foot angled in. Bring your left hip forward, so it's square with your right. Now lengthen, and then the exhale, just fold forward. I'm leaving hands on the hips here today. Actually, inhale, come back up. I just changed my mind. Okay. Bring your hands back behind you. Let's do prayer. Even though I can't do prayer, but there's no reason for me not to practice it, I've decided. So your fingertips together, maybe that's all you can do. Maybe it's an upside down prayer. The important thing is that it brings your shoulders out. So I'm starting to practice it and thinking maybe someday it'll just happen. My hands should be up much higher on my back than they are. So let's do a reverse prayer today. That's the challenge pose for me anyway. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. So press into that right foot. Push back. Gaze is on your right toes. Deep breath in. Keep pushing into that right foot. Pull that right hip socket back, hip into your hip socket. And then slowly come up. Just leave your hands in prayer. We'll do both pyramids. Pivoting your feet from the other direction. Square your hips, right hip square with the left. Fold forward. Press into that left foot. Look toward that left foot. So keep pressing that left foot. Feeling that stretch all along your left leg. Breathing. Pull your shoulders back. Pressing into your fingers to open up through your chest. 4, 5, slowly come up. Pivot toward the front, we'll do one forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bend your knees, grab your big toes. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, fold your crown down to the mat. So keep your elbows close into your shins. Push into your feet. Feel that lengthening through your legs. Try to get your crown down to the floor. Tailbone lifts up, Uddiyana Bandha. Pull that up. Inhale, look forward. Chin to chest. Release your toes, hands to waist. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Don't do your vinyasa, or if you choose, just move back into downward facing dog. Resting here for a moment. We're going to come into pigeon pose. Right leg lifts. Bring your right knee forward behind your right wrist. And then slowly scoot that left leg down. Staying upright, pigeon, or sleeping pigeon if you want to bring your forearms down to the mat. 5 really deep breaths here, breathing into your hips. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly making your way back up onto your hands if you're down. Into sleeping pigeon. Curl your left toes. Right leg goes back. Push back into downward facing dog. Pedal your feet or make any other movement to release your hips. Other side, left leg lifts. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Left foot out to the side. And then slowly push that right foot back, lowering that right hip closer to the mat. Staying into upright pigeon if you like, or lowering down to the mat for 5 breaths. Making your way back up onto your hands if you're on your forearms or down on the floor. Curl your right toes, the left leg comes back. Push back into downward facing dog, pedal your heels. Or kick. Release your hips. Bring your knees down to the mat. Forearms down to the mat. Interlace your fingers. We're going to do forearm toe plank. So options are to have your fingers interlaced. You can be on your toes. You can be on your knees. You can also extend your hands forward with your palms down or palms up to get different kinds of strengthening. So we're going to hold this for a minute. Uddiyana Bandha, pull the pelvic up to the belly button. And don't forget to breathe. Relax the muscles in your face. About 10 more seconds. Go ahead and release to the floor. Come onto your backs. We're going to come into shoulder stand. Or a variation on shoulder stand would be legs up the wall, maybe the block under your hips. Now you choose what's appropriate for you right now. So if you're coming into shoulder stand, walk your hands down your back as high as you can. Try to bring your elbows in. Chin towards your chest. Toes are pointed, reaching up. So activating through the legs. Bring your pelvis forward. So it's close to your chest. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do 4 more breaths here for 4. And then go ahead and drop your feet back behind you. Come into halasana, cloud pose. Hands down to the mat, or you can leave them on your back. If you have the flexibility, you can interlace your fingers here. Press your hands into the mat. They can stay on your back if you need that to help you into the stretch. And then bring the back up to the ceiling. And bring your hips down to the mat. We're going to do one more back bend. We're going to do fish pose. I'm going to go a couple of minutes over because I screwed up at the beginning, as you recall. So if you have a block or a blanket or a cushion or anything else, you just place that kind of right below your shoulder blades. This is just a wonderful opening up of the chest. And just go ahead and lie back. You could put your head could go down onto the floor, or you could put something under to support it. Close your eyes. And then just relax. If you don't have anything available, you can do it without a block by staying up on your elbows and head going back. To me, this isn't as relaxing for me. So the other option is just do a bridge pose. Hands underneath, interlace your fingers, and then bring your shoulders back. And then slowly come out of fish pose if you're there, or bridge, wherever you're at. Maybe going over to the side if you're using a block. It's a little tricky to come out of that pose, or coming down on your elbows to get out. Take your hands over your head. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms away from you. Nice full body stretch. And then go ahead, bring your hands down to your side. And just let everything release. Hands soften. Fingers slightly curl. Feel your bones grow heavy. Allowing everything to be supported by the floor. Skin softens all over your body, melting into the floors. Skin on your face softens. And just luxuriate in this moment of peace. Noticing it and knowing that whenever you need to come to this place, it's there for you. So thank you for coming today, for practicing, for sharing your energy across the divide. It's out there. I feel it. I feel your energy. And I know you feel mine and everybody else's that's practicing with us today. So I'm very honored and very grateful. for your being here with me today. I honor the strength, the kindness, the love, the generosity, the patience, and the peace that is within each and every one of you, as it is also within me. In this place, there are no differences among us. There's no distance between us. We are one. May all be well with mankind. May the leaders of the earth protect in every way by keeping to the right path. May there be goodness for those who know the earth to be sacred. May all the world be happy and healthy. Namaste.